We are live. What is going on? I am WinnerWire Matty, joined by a special guest on the second daily show that we have by the one, the only WinnerWire Josh. How are you doing today, my man?
Doing pretty good. How we doing? Welcome
I'm
back to the streams.
Yes, sir. I'm feeling good. My laptop's broken, so I'm currently using a different one. But besides that, life's good. Just came back from a wedding in Virginia, trying to catch back up with everything. But it's nice to see everybody back, and nice to see us still cashing those tickets while I was gone all weekend. But it's nice to be back on these live shows. Good to have you here. I know we're gonna have much more in store for everyone going forward, but it's good to have this little one in this buffer period. Just to let everyone kind of funnel in here, we're gonna talk about 3 baseball games today, the 1 NHL game on the slate, and then just some general things to look forward to and some updates going forward with the WinnerWire brand. Again, to all of our Discord members who are tuning in, we appreciate and love you all. You guys make this, extremely fun and make it worthwhile what me and Josh do, spending hours running analytics, capping plays. You guys really make it worth it for all of us. So we appreciate all your support. Silves, I see you in the chat. Thanks for joining. We're gonna get started with this. I wanted
What's up,
just
Ryan?
a little buffer
we see
time.
you too.
Yeah, what's up, Ryan? We got 6 guys in here, so I'm just gonna get a little started. Josh, I'm gonna focus on you a little more before I go in on these plays. Actually, do you have a feel on how this baseball season's going? Any surprise teams? Any teams you think that are underperforming or overperforming? I know this wasn't on the schedule, but I just wanted to surprise you and just give you a quick little question to give everybody. So
No, you're good.
Give me your thoughts. How are your Yankees doing? And do you have any new World Series favorites from the beginning of the season till now?
I'm always prepared, man. You know that we're chopping the slate up every day. We're keeping a pulse on all 30 teams in the MLB. Obviously, everyone expected Arizona to be bad, but we didn't. No one expected them to go 5-40 in a 45 game span. That's insane. And if you look at their record, actually, if you take those games away, they'd be 16-8.
Yeah,
that's crazy. It's just crazy how your season could change on a dime. But like, you look at the Astros, everyone kind of forgot about them because they don't like them. I don't particularly like them, but I like Yordan Alvarez. He was after everything also, so
I think the Astros have some very good World Series value at this point, just because the AL is so wide open. There's no really dominant team that's kind of taking over. I think the AL has good value there, but nothing's set in stone. But it's like plus, it's like 18-1 or something. The last time I saw, I think another team that's really overperforming is the team in the NL West that no one thought would be sitting in first place right now. And that's the San Francisco Giants. Yeah. You have the Dodgers and the Padres, who everyone thought was going to be trying to kill each other for that first place spot, and they're both in second and third right now. Mm-hmm. Did that surprise you at all, or did you expect them to be decent? What's your take?
I mean, when you look deeper into it, they're 13-12 against teams that are over 500. So it's kind of something that your Mets struggled to do the last couple of years, which is win the games they're supposed to win.
I think that's more than the last couple of years, but yeah, I agree with your point.
Win the games they're supposed to win, because if you win the games you're supposed to win and you go 500 against the really good teams, you'll make the playoffs every time. And I mean, there's so many teams with ridiculous home splits, road splits, but the Giants are plus 90 in runs. They're 24-10 at home, 22-16 away. Nice balance they got, and they even got a bunch of injuries now. There's so many. There really are a lot of injuries in the league, but it's only hitting certain teams, and it's hitting those teams really hard. And one team that's really surprising me that they're underperforming is the Braves. I think that they kind of fucked themselves over with their bullpen, because not only did they not improve it, they actually told their guys fuck you, you're not worth anything. We'll get you at the end if we can. But at the same time, their run differential is only 2. They're not going to go away. I think that there's a lot of these teams, when you look at how they're doing against the good teams, you'd be surprised to see that Yankees are 21-20 against good teams. Red Sox are 22-16. That's just that division, and then you go in, and then you go to like the White Sox that they're holding on to first place in a real garbage division, but they're not doing it against good teams. They're not doing it on the road. They're crushing it at home. I kind of thought originally they were a Yankee model, which they're kind of like a because the Mets are very dominant at home and the Yankees are very
surprisingly.
bullpen heavy. So I feel like Indians are if the Indians make some moves, the White Sox could be in trouble, but I don't see them. I mean, they let Lindor go, so I don't really see them
Yeah.
pushing anything.
I also saw the Astros were like 19-5 against teams above 500 or something along those lines yesterday.
That
So
was
the Astros are dominating good teams, which is a great stat looking for those World Series futures. That was just something I was looking at this morning.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, I agree. I think the Braves are underperforming. I think the Mets are overperforming with their injuries and things like that. So if the Braves wanted to take control of the division, now is the time. But
Yeah.
if they wait too much longer when the Mets get healthy, I'm not sure they can even make the playoffs because say the Giants stay the course all year, those two wild card spots are going to the Dodgers and the Padres. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be it's going to be an interesting season to say the least. But I've been pleasantly surprised with this season. I think there's a lot of good value and a lot of good teams. I'm excited to see the Dodgers not as dominant because I want to see a good playoffs. But enough futures talk. Let's dive into the slate. We have the
Let me
Cardinals.
just say one more thing about our futures that before the season we said Brewers division plus 225. That's hanging around. I'm sure you could still get decent value on that. And that's who I think will still take that division because their team, that their front office is hungry to be noticed. And the Cubs are the Cubs aren't going to win a series against any of their NL teams because the NL teams in the other divisions could absolutely dominate them because they don't have the pitching to hang with the Giants, the Dodgers. They don't have the hitting to keep up with the Padres. And the
Yeah,
Mets are the perfect balance that if they played the Cubs, they might win a game or two. The Cubs might win a game or two, but you're going to face Jacob deGrom at least twice, and you're not going to touch him.
yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest surprise of the Mets this year is that I'm actually able to say that the Mets have a good bullpen for once, which I don't think I've ever been able to say in my entire lifetime. So
It's the most underappreciated factor of an MLB team.
yeah,
And
and it's been the Mets kryptonite for my whole life for the past 2 decades. So usually it was get the Grom out the game, but now you get the Grom out the game. If he goes 7-8, you're still SOL for that game most likely. So I think if they keep the Grom's injury, hold it down, make still kind of guard that thing. I think they'll be in great shape for a World Series run because
yeah,
pitching's huge in the playoffs. You face the
mhm.
Grom, Stroman, Walker, maybe a healthy Carrasco, a healthy Syndergaard. That's going to be tough to get some hits and some runs off of. So they don't need to rely too heavy on the offense, but hopefully they get that going soon. But
They
all right,
make Carrasco an opener that's dangerous.
yeah, I agree 100%. What's up, everyone in the chat? We're going to dive into slate now. Cardinals, Tigers. We have the Cardinals who are 36-36 going to Detroit to play the Tigers who are 30-42. Oviedo versus Skubal. You got a righty versus a lefty. Interesting matchup. Both pitchers kind of underperforming, but also pitching well at the same time. It's a little interesting game there. You've pretty much even odds. What are you feeling for this game for the people in the chat?
Yeah, so for this game, an official play for us is going to be we're going with our favorite book, MGM. We're not sponsored yet, but someday we will be. But we're not going to partner up or anything like that because we don't want them knowing what our boys are taking. But we're going to go with the first five under five. It's minus 130. I think that this is an amazing matchup for Oviedo, who's kind of he's been hovering around the place to get a win, and I feel like he will get his strikeouts. Me and Wes Livelocks you collabed on the strikeouts as well. That's not a winner wire play; it's a live wire play. I'll be posting that up after the show. But our official play under five, and then Tariq Skubal, he's really gotten his stuff together. He's shown why the Tigers lightning. It's at every point those guys that can hold it down while you're rebuilding that deserve to stick in the rotation, even if they're in the back end when the time comes.
Yeah, I agree. I like both pitchers here. Scooble's 4-7, but that's because he's on the Tigers. You don't really have good records.
4.36 is not bad in this day and
Yeah,
age.
you don't have a good record on bad teams. It is what it is. But he's earning his stripes there, that young blood. And I think we have a good spot here. Oviedo is coming off I believe 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. In his last outing in a 1-0 win over the Marlins. He couldn't get the W, but he's been pitching well of late, and I think this first 5 under is a very good look. You have 2 also underperforming offenses and 2 of their most underappreciated pitchers on the mound. So I'm right there with you. That's why it's a winner wire play. I never really disagree with you often anyway. So
yeah, but we rock together. And also, if you want to look at Scooble, he has in June he's 2-0 with a 3.71, 24 Ks in 17 innings. That's 12.7 strikeouts. And I don't know. We think that it would be an interesting play. I'm not really sure if they make these plays that if you can get the Tigers to win the first half and the Cardinals to win the game, that would be. I know they do that in basketball and football and all the sports where it's a clear half.
Yeah.
But if you can get that first 5, I don't know if that's a prop. Someone tell me if that exists. But and then May he also had a 2-3 with a 3.33. 39 Ks in 27 innings. So you put that together, it was really just a rough April where he let up 8 home runs, and he's let up 8 home runs since.
Yeah, I agree. You can't argue with those numbers, and I think 5 is a good number. All you need is less than 1 run an inning, and you're going to hit that. So I think it's a great play. Our second game on the list is the Kansas City Royals versus the New York Yankees. 2 teams I really dislike. Number one is because the other team in New York, and the other one is the team that just beat the Mets in their most recent World Series that they were in. Still not really over that, but it is what it is. You have a play with one of your favorite go-to guys here and your team. What is that play if you want to let everybody know?
Yeah, so, I mean, if you look at the guys who've been hitting the cover off the ball lately, you would think when you look at the Yankees, you think of Stanton, you think of Judge, you think of all these guys. But I'm looking at Gary Sanchez. He's 1 hit for -170 on FanDuel, -160 on MGM. So we're going with the same game parlay of Gary Sanchez to get a hit and the Yankees to win. We got plus money value on that. The Yankees have not faced Singer yet, and I was at their last game. They got dominated pretty well by Manea, but Gary Sanchez hit 2 doubles, drove in the only 2 runs for the team. It just seems like he's seeing the ball so well, right hand, left hand. Doesn't matter if you throw the ball with both hands over the top, you're not going to get him out right now. And, well, you're not going to keep him hitless right now. He's one of those guys that if you look at his 2019 into 2020, you look at the hard hit percentage, he's one of the highest guys. And his launch angle is sometimes really low, really high, but right now he's feeling himself. And also, that's what I'm feeling. Plus money ridiculous for that. Slam that.
Yeah, you've Cole on the mound. I do think the Yankees definitely win this game. And all we need is Gary Sanchez to get a hit to feel really comfortable for this. So I think it's a sneaky plus money play. I'm really not a fan of parlays on crazy stuff, but this one is just plus 103, nothing crazy. I think it's a great way to find value, and I do think if Gary Sanchez does get a hit, the Yankees are going to win. So it is, they kind of go hand in hand. So
Luke Voigt's back today as well.
Luke Voigt just hit a home run for the Somerset Patriots, minor league affiliate, right down the street from me. Saw that the other day. So he is back, and he's feeling himself off that home run. So look for him to go Yabo again. Why not?
I'll just make a note that that Gary hasn't played in the last couple starts for Garrett Cole, but the fact of the matter is you don't bench a guy when he's hitting like this, and he can very well DH with Voigt at first, get LeMahieu at second, get Gio at third, and then you figure it out. We got him in the lineup, and because the last time in Toronto they weren't getting anything done, he came off the bat, hit a 3-run homer. You saw Garrett Cole make a face like, all right, this guy's got to play when I pitch now. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about Higashioka. The ERA is not that much different.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That is our second play. We're going to give our third and final play of the day. This is the third MLB game.
Well,
We are
final
going.
play on here. The rest are Discord
Oh yeah,
exclusives. If
I
you're
was
not
gonna say.
already in with us, all the boys, all and the girls in there too will let you know that we are killing it. We are having a great time. We love everyone in there, as Maddie was saying when we first started. But yeah,
It's a great time. Not only do we cash tickets, it's just a great time. So if you love being a part of a community, definitely sign up. And if you love being a part of a winning community, even more reason to sign up. We're gonna
also
go with
shout out to V Groove for sending me $10 to get a hot dog at the Yankee game. It was fucking delicious. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I forgot to tell you about that, Matt, but that was one of the really cool things
that's
that I've seen
hilarious.
happen this Discord started. I'm saying, you want to get a hot dog, get a drink, whatever, have a nice time at the game. I was like, damn, like this is like this stuff like that. Like I get chills in my
I
arms.
hope you know I expect that
You know.
same deal when I go to a Mets game. All right, wherever you are, if you're in this chat. No, I'm just kidding. We got
Well,
the
hopefully,
A's.
we can all link up at some point.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm 100% down.
You see what Lou just
We
wrote?
got Lou in there. Yes, sir. Shout out WinnerWire Lou, who's been killing the NBA as always. He will be getting up on a show possibly very soon. So stay tuned with him. Lou is one of the most uh, interesting and slash best personalities in the Discord. And AP, shout out AP as well. Man, we got the whole squad in here. You know, some of the great guys in here. AP. Um, if you want to see just awesome personalities, if you want to see WinnerWire Lou and AP argue like they were a married couple, it's also fantastic in the Discord. That happens
Fantastic,
about
and
once or twice a night. So,
fantastic, and also it's a whole thing that if you see them betting against each other, just get your popcorn ready. Like that, like if Lou's winning, it'll be heard, and if AP is winning and he's sober, it'll be heard too.
we got the A's and the Rangers. We have the Rangers 26 and 46, but just can hit the ball extremely well some nights. It seems like, but we have
Yeah,
the A's who I think are a little overperforming, or they might just be a fantastic team. 44 and 30. They are still in Texas trying to get a win from last night. Josh, I know you may like the A's today, but you have a special plus money play that is worth another look. What is your play if you want to tell the people in the
yeah,
chat?
of course. First off, I also want to say that with Lou always pushing this Discord, when me and Matt have stuff we got to do to build the brand up. Not only does Lou help build the brand up, Lou helps the brand be versatile through the night, through days that we got personal shit going on, or it's without him, I don't know if we'd even be able to still be running. And I appreciate that. I want to say that one more time, but we're gonna go into this play now. We're gonna go with Mark Canna, plus 110 total bases, because we've been, besides yesterday wasn't good with the total bases, but we really been the total base gods this month. I have to put the numbers together to figure out what the actual record is on the total bases, but this month we've been really killing it. And Mark Canna has an 835 OPS against lefties this year. The Rangers are starting Hearn. They're starting Hearn. They got 6 guys out of the bullpen that are lefties. His average is around 250, but I don't really worry about that because this man bats atop the order. He's paid his dues like no one else on that team to get there, and I think that he is in a really good spot to take advantage of this matchup with Taylor Hearn, possibly even on the first pitch of the game. This is one of those things. I'm looking at Taylor Hearn. He started one game in his life and he pitched 0.1 innings. He let up 5 runs, 4 earned, and yeah, I just think that this is a crazy matchup for him specifically. I think that the team is kind of in a little funk because once that win streak ends, you really like how it feels when you win, and then I was at that game that they had a triple play to end the game when they walked twice against Chapman. It was crazy. Like that's one of those things like a week ago that wouldn't have happened your way. Like the ball would have bobbled or something. It's just the baseball gods are always watching. But the Rangers are 4-16 in their last 20. A's money line is a lean, but Montas kind of scared us off from yesterday. So we're gonna go with Mark Canna over 1.5 bases, and we're gonna see that way to see that OPS come to life once again.
Yes, sir. Great analysis. I think it's a great play. I love the over 1.5 bases, especially at plus money. I think it's a great way to find value. We're going to give away our mob play of the day as well at the end. I'm going to go dive into the one hockey game on the night before we do that. So you guys have to stay tuned for that mob play.
Chop it up.
A mob play for us is a big plus money play, usually about plus 250 or more. Usually it's a home run guy, maybe a game to go to overtime, something crazy that we all ride together that you only sprinkle some lunch money on. Don't go crazy on, but it's fun to sweat it out and cash the ticket with the squad. So we're going to give that away for free
and
later
to
on.
answer AP, Kana actually bats leadoff. It goes against the lefties. It goes Kana, Chapman, Olsen, and then I don't know after that. But they bat him leadoff. They bat Chapman too. If you're looking for a sleeper to hit a home run tonight, also look at Chad Pinder. That dude crushes the ball against lefties, but I don't think that's a total base play to go for. But Tony Kemp doesn't really do it against lefties. He's the guy. He's been really crushing it against righties, and I think that porch at Yankee Stadium helped him a little bit too.
I agree 100%. We're going to go to VGK versus Montreal. For those keeping track of hockey, it's been quite the semifinals with the Lightning and the Islanders and the Golden Knights versus the Canadiens. For those who don't know, we have been riding the Golden Knights since before the regular season ended as a WinnerWire exclusive futures play at plus 600. They are now plus 105. I think they beat the Wild. They beat the heavy favorites in Colorado after being down 2-0. And now they are 2 games away from hopefully beating the Cinderella story Montreal Canadiens, who have been playing out of their minds. I think some puck luck has gone their way, but their effort has been outstanding, and the series is a lot closer than I thought. However, we have a 2-2 series going back to Vegas in a crucial must-win game for Vegas here, because if they go down 3-2 and head back to Montreal, it's going to be pretty rough. The price on the money line is definitely too steep, but the regulation line is only minus 132. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. I wouldn't mind sprinkling maybe puck line minus 1.5, because the Golden Knights have 0 power play goals this series. That's just, I think, a little more unlucky than the Canadiens' penalty kill being good. The Canadiens have a 78.5% penalty kill percentage throughout the regular season. That is 23rd in the league. That is not very good at all. Vegas doesn't have, the best power play in the league, but it's definitely not too shabby either. They're 0 for 11, I believe. They're definitely due for one. And I think Carey Price and the Canadiens let that last game slip away from them. And I really think that that Vegas is really going to come out hot. We really have not seen any of Vegas's stars score in this series, and yet we're still tied 2-2. I think the floodgates kind of open, just like Tampa did last night. I think that this game is.
You're not projected 8-0, are you?
No, it's a perfect spot though. If I had to guess a score, I think we see a defensive performance from the Golden Knights here. I think we see a lockdown game. I really don't think the Canadiens have the firepower to keep up. They are starting Fleury again at home, which was a surprise to me. I really thought that they were going to ride Leonard again, but Leonard did his job. Fleury's back at home where he thrives, and he got that rest that I think he desperately needed. So, Carey Price is he's gonna run out of steam sooner or later, and this is the primetime game for him to do it. I think Fleury has a solid performance, maybe a shutout, maybe a 3-1 VGK win, maybe 4-1. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So I'm right there. As for Matty, I'm going to put. I don't see the blue and orange from Mets.
get that empty netter's hat, because that's what's going to happen. And make it 4.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is my play. I think we see Pacioretty snipe one in, because he's long overdue for a goal here. I think we need the best guys on Vegas to kind of get going, and I think we do see that today. So that's my play. Those were our plays today. We will give out our mob play right now. I will let Josh talk about that and who that is. Do you want me to display it right now, or do you want to go in first and talk about it?
I'm gonna say one thing before that. I'm gonna say that Riley Smith is gonna score tonight, based off go with him if you're looking for the plays that have analysis and all that with the hockey. But when it comes to hockey and UFC, for me, I'm all vibes. and I'm not ashamed to say it. And that's why I don't post hockey plays. I don't sell hockey plays, but I'm going to be riding Riley Smith to score. So if you want to join me, feel free. But okay, so we're going to go into the mob. You can flash that. We're going to go with Andrew Vaughn at a homer at 470. The White Sox rookies have really been, it's got to be historic in some way, the way they've been doing it. Even with Madrigal down, the way they've been going about their business and has been crazy with him, with Yerman, the Yerminator.
Even Luis
with
Robert, even though he's been hurt.
Yeah, I don't know if he was a rookie or a second year, but all these young guys.
He was a rookie last year, but I'm saying even the rookies every year are just really performing.
Yeah, and I think that this is a perfect spot for Andrew Vaughn, who actually he has a isolated power of 478. Weighted on base, of which that I don't know if you guys chop into the stats like I do. A lot of people don't, but that just means that batted balls that if that ball was hit 100 times, it should be a hit 89% of the time or more. So he's been doing that at a 43% clip or a 430. But his batting average on balls in play is still only 231 with those incredible numbers. The average exit velocity is 98.6. He's hitting the ball 95 off the bat, 81.3% of the time, and he is hitting half of his balls off lefties in the air. So I think this is a perfect spot for a for a home run. I think that there will probably be a premium Discord play on something with Vaughn or team total or something like that, but I mean, I already know it, but I'm trying to build up a little hype here. But at plus 470, I think that this is worth lunch money and your dessert money. I don't think you should go crazy, but I think someone puts $10 when we say I'm up play, maybe put like 15. Like I just think that at this value, there's a really good shot of return with how ridiculous he's been, and he's been their best hitter against lefties in the last month. I mean, you look at Jose Abreu's numbers for comparison; he has 333 isolated power in the same time span. So yeah, and I think that and Vaughn's only walking 8% of the time. So we're going to see that ball in play, and we're going to see it fly out with that 10-mile-an-hour wind center.
I love the analytics. Again, our mob plays are not just random. Yes, why you don't fade me, Lou? I see you in the chat.
Don't be that guy today.
Also, Islanders plus 1.5 was like minus 250. So don't do that. Our mob plays are analytics. They're not just, hey, we're feeling this guy did a home run. There's analytics. There's a bunch of numbers crunched, advanced analytics specifically. So that's our mob play of the night. We're coming close on a half an hour here, so I'm gonna have to cut this short so we can get the rest of the plays in for the Discord gang. Again, join the Discord gang because it's a community. We cash tickets day in, day out. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back with a daily live show every day starting next week. I may have a couple more this week, but once my laptop comes back and my equipment comes in, we'll be 100% back to business. Lou may be on some of those shows. Lou and Josh may make a show. Stay tuned. We got shows. We got giveaways. We got a bunch of stuff. We got more meetups coming. So it's a whole lifestyle. So join the Discord. Josh, thanks for taking time out of your day for being on the show.
Of course, bro. Don't be silly. I love this shit.
maybe he'll be back soon this week. Who knows? But those are the plays. Lock them in. Sweat it out with us, and we'll talk about a recap maybe next show, or just join the Discord.
If you haven't joined for July, where'd Matty go? If you haven't joined for July yet, we got a lot of fun things planned and a lot of upgrades to the service as well as the overall experience. I think that he's messaging. I think his computer died. So, all right, yeah. Anyone got any questions for me before we hop off? I figure I see a couple people in the chats. If you got any questions about any games, you got me here. So yeah. And by the way, I'm on the Czech Republic at plus 700. No shame in that. And they're starting a bunch of their backups. So yeah.
We are back. Yeah, our haters are trying to knock us out right now. Our
Bro, they're
haters,
trying to break our computers.
our
They're
haters, our haters are trying to kick us off to the air. You know, they don't want you to cash. All right, but we do. So I got my backup generator on right now, and I'm just kidding.
let's go.
This is what happens when you try to go and produce for the boys when your equipment's broken. You got to borrow other people. So
Me and Fran are in sync today. Czech Republic's gonna win 1-0. England's not gonna score with. They're taking this Czech Republic team way too lightly.
I agree. Well, there it is.
And they're starting Jack Grealish. Sock that. I think that they're gonna focus too much on Schick, and I think he's gonna drop a pass off to someone.
Yeah. Again, our plays are locks. Just want to point that out. 100%. You know, my dog even says so. Right? Right? Are we locks? Lick your tongue. Okay, there we go. If we're locks, we're locks. I got barged in on while we were in here. I think I got to take the dogs out. But join the gang. The Discord is a family. Like I said, 24/7 content, talking day in, day out. Whether it's 3 a.m. and Lou's somehow still awake, or if it's 9 in the morning and everyone's jumping in on the early slate. We got everything you guys need here for only $30 a month. Check out winnerwire.com. Check out plays from everybody, from Asian baseball to hockey to basketball to baseball to even football coming up. We'll answer that in the Discord, Mike. But thanks for tuning in. Josh, you want to say anything else before we hop off?
Just want to say Raheem Sterling just hit the post, and that's probably gonna be the best chance they're gonna get all game. I think that well, let me see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that the fact of all the lefties on the we'll talk about that in the Discord, the run line. But thank you guys for letting us into your day, letting us into your living room, your phone, wherever we are, and wherever you are. And we got plenty of shows lined up. Me and Lou just working out the structure on a couple of things for him, and yeah, all good stuff.
That's it. Again, guys, put those tickets in. It is 3:00. Game starts soon. Get those plays running. Use our official plays for the day. We give you guys some free ones. We have more in the Discord as well. We always have more for the boys in the Discord. So look forward to cashing those tickets, sweating those out for you guys tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I'm WinnerWire Matty, joined by WinnerWire Josh tonight. And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, guys.